Huh. Back our way for a bit more reading. I see. Alright then. My fan's a bit loud. Give me a minute. Much better. Alright, there. So, I skimmed through the chapters just now, and this is gonna be like a very short video, like maybe 2-3 minutes, because these are really short chapters. So I'm just gonna read these off, and I'm gonna get ready to go to bed because it is late. But this video will contain me mainly whispering. So unlike a semi-ASMR like the last one was, this video will be like a full-on ASMR. I don't know, it's just, I've been getting into ASMR recently, and I've been sitting on books and books, so I don't usually like to read because of dyslexia and stuff like that, but you know, I guess recording myself reading is I don't know, a bit comforting, and a bit of an easier way to read. Chapter 3. The Fish. Murky water darkness. Daylight would soon arrive, and the water would still be just as murky and nearly as dark. Here was the bottom of San Pablo Bay, about 6 feet below the surface. For anyone tempted to dive in this particular stretch of the water, the scenery would be less than lackluster. San Pablo Bay is a massive mudflat, with the exception of a few channels that link San Francisco Bay with the Carquinez Straits and eventually the Sacramento River Delta. On the surface, the water at this hour was calm and glassy. Lights from the channel markers could be seen in the distance. Far beyond was the flicker of the sleeping city of San Francisco, in the miles of vast emptiness. Only one thing could be distinguished: a dilapidated shack sitting on a cluster of old pilings. Local fishermen knew the shack as the pump house. All was quiet. The only sound, the deep hoot of a far-off buoy, pulsating its warning call every few seconds. Abruptly, a huge, pale, serpentine creature with reptilian skin broke the smooth, flat surface. The prehistoric head moved nearer to the piling cluster and passed to the left, followed by the rest of its long, massive body. The creature then arched and rolled its hulking mass gracefully back down toward the bottom. With a slight slap of its pectoral fin, rustling the water, creating a fizz of small, rising air bubbles. The tail whisked to the surface, then disappeared, leaving the dark silhouette of the pump house against the distant skyline. Chapter 4. The Bay. The waters in and around the San Francisco Bay were once immensely fertile, but the heyday of the fishing industry has long passed. The Sacramento River, which has always been a key element in the flushing out of the bay, Reading's making me a bit tired. The waters in and around the San Francisco Bay were once immensely fertile, but the heyday of the fishing industry is long past. The Sacramento River, which has always been a key element in the flushing out of the bay, has been dammed and diverted over the years for various purposes, including agriculture and hydroelectric power. Couple that with the continuous dredging of the channels and harbors for shipping traffic, and the San Francisco and San Pablo bays are left in a perpetual state of murk. Regardless of the hurdles, Mother Nature is still able to maintain a relatively strong presence in these waters. The starry flounder, the bullhead, the striper, and the sharks, skates, rays, and other mud dwellers all live as best they can in this vast wasteland, or wonderland, depending on one's perspective. Among the aquatic residents of San Pablo Bay, one stands a bit more majestically than the others. A wondrous creature known as the sturgeon. The white sturgeon, or Accipenser transmonatanus, looks like a cross between a shark and a catfish with the hide of an alligator. This prehistoric-looking beast can grow to be quite large. Along with the elephants of the African plains, the sturgeon is like no other creature in its domain. Relatively little is known of these ancient creatures, apart from what any local sportsman can tell you about the firm white meat and incredible battle that awaits an angler lucky enough to sink a hook into one of the grand giant's leathery mouths. California state fishing regulations define a keeper sturgeon as no less than 44 inches long. And that was it. This is a bit of a short video. Of course, I'm going to say this right here and now. This was re-recorded because I recorded me reading the 5th chapter called Mean People Suck, and I'm not going to read that chapter for my entire YouTube channel's sake, because that chapter goes into detail about, well, pretty vulgar topics. It goes very in detail. So, of course, before I ever start reading from now on, I will skim over the chapters before reading them. And then, if I ever skip a chapter, it'll be because it was probably dangerous for my YouTube channel. But I will, maybe, continue reading South of the Pumphoues on my channel. So, this was just me reading these really short chapters that are both only 1 page long. I hope you all enjoyed this short but sweet ASMR video. Have a great night.